Good morning, my friends. Feel like I haven't been with you forever. It's been a stupid busy season. I feel like a little bit of chill is coming my way, but specifically today. No, I haven't done my hair. No, I don't have any makeup on. Yeah, I'm still wearing my pajamas. Yeah, I plan to stay in them all day today. Yay. I'm not feeling so hot this morning. I don't know if I got into some red onions yesterday or what happened, but something didn't settle with my stomach. And like 3 o'clock, I started not feeling well. And then I hadn't eaten. It was like 7 o'clock last night. And I thought, I haven't eaten. I really should eat something. So hey, Kayla. I had a real good frozen meal, is the enchiladas. Well, it did not settle well with whatever was going on with my stomach, and I was immediately sick and reflux so bad. Like, I haven't experienced reflux like that in years. It was bad, bad. And tried to sleep. I didn't sleep at all. I was sitting up on the couch all night. I'd doze off for 5 minutes and then it would wake me right back up. It was a rough night. So, oh my gosh, Beth. Sebastian, come here. Come here, buddy. Do you see what the dog has in his mouth? Bessie, come here. My bra. Oh my word. He's just strolling around my kitchen with his bra on. With my bra on. Never mind. He's not wearing my bra. Anywho, if you're watching live this morning, say hey. I'm gonna make Boston baked beans. Has anybody here not had Boston baked beans? Is there anybody watching live that has not had Boston baked beans? My hands are clean. I just washed them. So I put a pound of navy beans in water, and they're not soft, but they're tender enough that I can break them easily, which means they're perfect. I put a pound of navy beans in my pot last night before bed, and I just covered them with about 1.5 inches of water. And now they have about 1/2 inch of water. I'm going to pour off just a little bit of that water. I can always add a little extra if I need to, but I want it just barely at this point over the top. Oh, not the candy, Kayla. No, I don't even like those. I'm making the actual beans, girl. So now I have just enough water that it just barely has any in there. And this is plenty. And if I need more water, broth actually, if I find I don't have enough liquid. But they should be slightly tender. Whoops. But still hard. Like they'd still be crunchy. Okay, well, that one's across the floor there. I'm going to do these in my crock pot, but in all actuality, I could leave them right in here, mix everything, turn them on super, super low, and just let them cook on the stovetop really, really, really low. This was Marin's idea. Marin said, can we have baked beans? I'm like, yes, we can. I think it's probably been a year and a half since I've made baked beans. So I got my beans in there, and I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of molasses. This one blackstrap, yes, it is. About 1/4 cup is what you need to make Boston baked beans. These Boston baked beans are sweeter than typical, like, barbecue baked beans. Or I remember when I was a kid, this one time I went to a potluck and somebody had brought beans, and they were like really pale colored, and Boston baked beans are really dark and really sweet and just delicious. And I went to this potluck, and there was a pot of beans and they were kind of reddish. The beans were white, but they were bigger. They weren't little. Like, to me, navy beans, it's got to be navy. It's got to be navy for Boston baked bean. Got to be. And she had used bigger beans, probably, I don't know what, white beans or whatever they're called, cannellini beans or whatever. And they were like really pale because they weren't Boston baked. They were just, they had like tomatoey stuff in them. And I remember standing in the potluck line saying really loud to my mom, "What's wrong with this woman's beans?" Because they didn't look like mom's. There was nothing wrong with them. They just weren't Boston baked beans. Whoops. I just dropped a chunk of bacon. All right. Most people put salt pork in their beans. I do not. I need a serrated knife. Make this easier. I use a pound of bacon. So yes, this is a crossover. You can use turkey bacon if you want to have sad, pathetic beans. But I can understand if you're not feeling all crossy cross today. I understand. I should be using kitchen scissors. You want that piece of raw bacon off the floor there, Beast? Bra wearing dog. All right. I just cut my whole pound of bacon into chunks and pop it in there, and it cooks all day. And by the end of the day, it gets really crispy in the crock pot once it cooks a long time. Some of it gets really crispy. Some of it stays like salt pork, but a lot of the edges get really crispy. And I just love it that way. This way, instead of the salt pork, everybody gets little pieces of bacon instead of having to cut up the salt pork. Do you guys use salt pork in your beans? Do you guys even make beans? I asked if there was anybody who had never had or made Boston baked beans, and nobody responded. So that makes me wonder one or two things. Nobody's responding, or nobody's actually had Boston baked beans. Or everybody, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Everybody here has had Boston baked beans. And I'm not talking B&M from a can. Salt pork is like pork belly. It's like a big chunk under the bottom of the pig that kind of looks like, it looks like a hunk of thick bacon. If they were to take that and smoke it and slice it, it would be bacon. But it's like a big chunk. It's like a chunk of fat with some meat on the edge. It's very flavorful and adds a lot of flavor to your beans. But I just put the whole pound of bacon in here. So yes, crossover. I'm all good with that. So what are Southern baked beans? Tammy, tell me more. Tell me more what Southern baked beans. Are they like barbecue? Because I've been to a couple potlucks here where they've had beans and they've been very red. Like, I haven't had them because they looked really, really sugary. But are they like barbecue beans? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, so 1 pound of bacon, 1 pound of beans, 1 onion. I like my onion chopped up and mixed throughout, but my family doesn't care for the onion. They like the flavor, but they don't want pieces of onion in their beans. So I just cut it in half and then leave it in there. And then when the beans are done, I'll take the onion out and chop it out and chop it up and put chunks of it on top of my beans because I like lots of onion in my beans. Oh, brown sugar and hamburger. Whew, that is a strong onion. My Nana, oh my gosh, that is strong. My Nana, was it my Nana? My Nana used to make these all the time, but no, it was my aunt made a bean dish. I can't remember what it was called, but it had 7 different types of beans in it. It had kidney, it was all canned beans. Kidney, it had lima, it had pinto, black beans, 7 different cans of beans in it. And then she put tomato sauce, liquid smoke, brown sugar, hamburger, bacon. It was a whole meal in itself. It was so good. All right. And you can totally THMify that. So mustard, I prefer my beans with dry mustard. I put about a tablespoon of dry mustard in my beans. And garlic, a lot of people put fresh garlic. I just prefer garlic powder in mine. like a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then what am I missing? Salt. I'm missing salt. I don't put any pepper in mine. I put about yeah, it's kind of like a sweet chili, Katie. This, I put about a tablespoon, just under a tablespoon. All right, I'm gonna mix my molasses all up. Am I missing anything? It's been a while since I've made these. Am I missing anything? Where's my computer? Hold on, let me get my computer. We can't miss an ingredient in our beans. They'll be ruined forever. You can't have ruined baked beans. I gotta look. I can't remember if I'm missing an ingredient. I use navy beans, Tammy. I gotta look. Salt pork is my bacon. Oh, a splash of vinegar. Okay, so my onion, my pork, my mustard, my molasses. I don't put herbs in it. Just the garlic, my salt, and my beans. The only thing I'm missing is a splash of vinegar. I just do, oh, sorry, I already got it out. I just do a little splash of apple cider vinegar. Not much, maybe 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. That's it. I'm gonna put these puppies up on high. I'm gonna plug it in because that is a critical piece of making beans. Is plugging in the crock pot. Just stir, and that's it. That's not in the cover. I think I saw the cover got put away down here by mistake. Yep. My kitchen's a mess. I gotta clean it. Get out of there, fruit fly. I don't want you to eat my beans. Right, that's it. And they'll cook about 4 hours on high, and they'll be done. What is it? 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Or I can put them on low, and they'll be done at 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. I think I'll put them on high for a couple hours and then turn them down to low. They'll get really thick and sticky and brown, really, really, really brown, and delicious. And they'll go so good with some hot dogs cooked up on the stovetop. That's it. All right. They're good with dinner rolls too, but I don't have the ambition to make any dinner rolls today. Like I said, I had a really, really hard night. I did not feel good, and I was up pretty much the whole night. So my plan for today is to find a chick flick. If you know of a good one that I should watch, let me know, because I'm gonna go rent chick flicks on Amazon and sit and sip on my Pepto-Bismol. I'm gonna have some toast. Well, I was gonna have maybe a tummy soothing smoothie this morning or some toast. I'm not sure which. But I gotta have something to sit on my stomach. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I love having y'all here. If you haven't signed up yet, Holy Healthy Holidays registration is open now. No, I want a movie. Isn't that, Meredith, isn't that a series? I want to watch a movie. Holy Healthy Holidays registration is open. It is going to be such a good year. I am so excited. I was going through the holiday cooking classes yesterday, looking at them, and they're just gonna, it's gonna be a fun year. We're making turtles. I can't wait to make turtles. I love turtles. So, all right, my friends, I hope you'll sign up, and I hope to see you back for